Hi folks, it's me again, Trine P from Trine P TV. Years ago in Jamaica, a lady friend of my mom, Miss C, had a son, Miguel. Miguel was doing very well in school, an A student, well mannered and loved by most of the people in the community. He was very athletic and was a good sprinter and a soccer player. Now, guess what? One morning, Miguel woke up, took his shower, and was getting ready for school when he felt an itch on his left leg, just above his ankle. He showed it to Miss C, who took a look at the area on the leg, where she saw a small pimple. Miss C told Miguel that it was just a pimple, not to worry. Just go to school, it will dry up. Everything will be back to normal in a couple of days. Both of them were surprised when about a week after, a tiny red sore was seen at the same spot. Miss C figured that the pimple was scratched off by Miguel when he was scratching the area, so she bathed the little sore with Dettol antiseptic, dried it, and covered it with a band-aid, or what we call in Jamaica a plaster. And she told Miguel all will be well. All was not well, all was far from well, or all was far from being well, when the following morning Miguel's room had a very stink scent, like a dead, decomposed dog. Miguel checked his leg and saw that the sore was wider, about 1 inch wide. The band-aid was black, and bluish gray mucus was running out of the sore. Miss C bathed the sore with Dettol and took Miguel to hospital in Kingston. He was injected. A nurse cleaned the sore with a gauze, dressed it, bandaged it, and sent her home with Miguel. After years of going to the doctor, Miguel noticed that the sore got worse, and to Miguel and Miss C's surprise, sometimes the sore healed up only to break out again. Sometimes when it broke out, there were two sores, one above the other. For over 12 years, Miss C and Miguel struggled with the sore, which continued to smell like decomposed stink flesh. Miss C took Miguel to a doctor who looked at the sore, then told her to seek other help other than that of a medical doctor. He didn't even look at Miguel. So, after 12 years and many doctors, medical doctors, Miguel was taken to a Pocomania, or a revivalist spiritual high priest who was popularly known and now deceased, Malachi Reynolds, otherwise known as Capo in the neighborhood. But due to the fact Miss C didn't believe in those type of religion, she reluctantly took Miguel to see Capo, who just looked at his sore leg and said, "The boy got worms in the wound." He instructed her to buy some powder and to sprinkle the powder in the wound. I was there in her room one evening when Miss C put Miguel to sit on a chair, rested his left leg on another chair, spread out some newspaper on the floor below the sore, and sprinkled the powder in the sore. Suddenly, I saw a movement. The sides of the sore started to rise and fall, rise and fall, rise and fall. Then I saw one big yellow colored worm resembling a caterpillar with black legs and a black head. The hair on the worm was also black and short. This worm came out of the sore and fell dead on the paper on the floor. Then others followed. These worms were about 1/4 inch thick and 1 inch long. About 2 dozen more fell out of the sore. When they fell on the paper, they sounded like they were heavy. Miss C waited for about another hour, and after the last worm fell from the sore, she bathed the sore and wrapped the sore with a bandage. This happened in about 1970. About a month after the sore healed up and Miguel was able to go back to school. All this time, Miguel was out of school. He was out of school for about 12 years. When the sore healed up, he went back to school. That was a month after the worms came out. And years after, he won a sports scholarship to play soccer, and he's now residing in the USA. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a situation like this, after listening and thinking thoroughly, where a lady took her son to doctors for about 12 years, many medical doctors. He was injected. The wound was cleaned and dressed. And all these years, after being examined, the wound getting examined, cleaned, and dressed, talking about 12 years, neither the doctor nor the nurse saw any reason to believe that worms were in the sewer. Think about it. And let me know if you have any similar knowledge of anything happening to a person where that person has been going to hospital for years and doctors couldn't do nothing to help the person. And then here is an individual who saw Miguel once and just diagnosed him as having worms in the sewer, and then gave him a prescription of a powder to sprinkle on those worms. And the same day that the powder was sprinkled on the sewer, all the worms came out and dropped dead. Think about it. I've never ever seen anything like that in my life. I personally witnessed that. And it was said that some individual had said something by Miss C's step for her to step on it, and it was her son that stepped on it, and it was caused by Obia. It was some individual who Obia'd Miss C, and Miss C's son got the sore that was supposed to have infected Miss C. And it took one man who was said to be an Obia man in the neighborhood. This man is now deceased. May he rest in peace. This man was a famous sculptor and a famous revivalist in Jamaica. And he was the only person that could treat the sore, and one treatment and it was all done. Miguel's life was back to normal. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much.